while I
Yes,
I
that's exciting.
getting my
So
screen in
again, welcome to
place.
the Ignite Business webinar series. This is our kickoff webinar. And just to let you all know, this webinar builds. So you want to make sure that you don't miss any of them. It is awesome, juicy information that you can take, put it in your toolbox, and take your business, your life to the next level. So without ado, I will give it over to Ann. Hey, Ann. Welcome here. Can you tell the people about yourself? Wait a minute, let me give you some rules, okay? The rules are as follows. You can ask questions during the presentation. If you cannot get off camera, you can put your question in the chat and I'll ask it at the end. It's okay to not be on camera, but please, 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 if you're not speaking, mute your mic. So, Ann, you have the floor.
All right, all right. Hello, everyone. My government name is Angela, but everybody calls me Ann. So I like Ann. It's the short version. And it's ANN, not ANNE. I do not like the E on there. I have been doing income tax for, I'm going to say, over 30 years. Right, Nate?
Yeah, I know when you say it, it's like roof.
So Nate is basically like my business partner. And we've been in this game for a long time. So he'll probably jump in and out the conversation. So I am located in Fairview Heights. We have the Income Tax Center, and we are in Fairview Heights. We have an office in Fairview Heights and one in St. Louis. So I am also a board member of Justine Peterson. So that's another one of my tricks in the bag or whatnot. A little bit of my background, I have a bachelor's degree in computer science with a minor in math. So that's where I get this tax accounting type of background from. I also have a master's in management and a graduate certificate in nonprofit management and leadership. So I'm glad you all are joining us. Again, like Yolanda said, we have other webinars that will build on this. So you're going to come back and you're going to have some amazing, amazing presenters. So we can get started with the slides, Yolanda. So basically what we're going to talk about today is the fundamentals of small business ownership, tax strategies, accounting, marketing, and operations. You okay, Yolanda? Okay. So you all bear with us because Andrew, our tech person, he decided to go on on vacation. So Yolanda is doing the best that she can. Okay, so we're gonna start off about what is a small business. Small business, as we know, are very important for our economy. There's been a lot of talk about businesses in this presidential thing that's going on now. And one of those is small businesses. And I know that people are worried about the tariffs and all of that, but small businesses play a big part in the economy of the United States. With that, there are different types of small business. We have LLCs, sole proprietorships, partnerships, S Corps, a regular corporation, and all of that. And some of those will be also discussed in other of the webinars. And I'll provide next time. I'll probably have some stuff if people have questions about, you know, the business, which is going to be later on in this webinar. Should I be a sole proprietor? Should I be a LLC? I know during the pandemic, everybody was like, get you a LLC, get you a LLC. But when you get an LLC, what do you do with it? So we'll talk about some of those things. And the definition of a small business, well, small business, the SBA kind of defines it as the number of employees, the number of the sales, but it's also is specific to the industry. Like manufacturing has a small business definition. Retail has a small business definition. So it's a small, it is one definition I saw, it said that it with 10 or less, well, no, they said a very small business is with 10 or less employees. So there's different definitions for small business, and it's according to what industry you're in. Next slide. The entrepreneur mindset. If you want to go to bed at night and rest peacefully, entrepreneur is not for you. You got to have the vision, and you have to take some risks. You have to adapt to different situations and be resilient. Again, you got to set those goals, and you have to be self-motivated. It's going to be times when you're going to be like, I don't feel like getting out the bed. I don't want to do this. But it's you that's going to be that is relying on your vision taking shape. Nate, I know you have some comment right there.
That's exactly right. I think everybody here has probably experienced all of that, right? Vision, risk-taking, adaptability, resilience. I would say, if I would, I like to do polls sometimes. If you feel like typing in the chat, which one would you say is you're having to utilize more than anything else right now? Vision, risk-taking, adaptability, resilience, goal setting, motivation. What's top on your list right now as an entrepreneur? Sometimes it's resilience. Most of us having to deal with problems we're facing, but vision's important too. All the above, right? Yep, they're coming in. Those are critical. I'm glad you brought those up, Ann, because it's always important for us to assess like where we are and where we are in this process of our business, because sometimes we're in different segments of the time frame, or sometimes we're focused on vision. Sometimes we're focused on being resilient in time of crisis. Sometimes we're focused on just like, how do I get out of bed?
Yes. And that's also, I want to speak on that part too, because I've also had other businesses. I had a actual wellness center for women, and yes, it was hard because that was one of the things women, we want that fast and easy way of losing that weight. I did a poll. My actual fitness center was next door to a grocery store. I went in and did a poll and all of that. And the thing was, I learned that women want something fast and easy to lose weight. And now all of the new Ozempic and all of those medicines are out now. So maybe I should have just waited a little bit. But you have to have that vision, and you have to be a risk taker. Okay, Yolanda, next slide. Uh-oh. Next slide, Yolanda.
I'm trying.
Okay.
I think I shouldn't have touched something. Let's see. Oh, there we go. Uh-oh. Okay.
There we go, right there. One more.
All righty.
Okay. So when we start a business, think about starting a business, you have to plan the business out. And one of the things that's very important is a business plan. A business plan could be the Bible for your business. You have to know your market, do your market analysis, do your financials, do just your competitive analysis. There's a lot to having a business plan, and a lot of people think I don't need a business plan to start, but that business plan will give you a guide to how a guide on how to structure, run the business. You may go back in and tweak it. Again, you have your marketing plan, your financial plan, your SWOTs. Does anybody know what SWOTs are? Your strengths, your weaknesses, your opportunities, and your threats. Okay. Again, remember when I talked about the different types of small business, the sole proprietor, the LLCs, the S corps. That's part of the business structure, and all of this stuff kind of works hand in hand, because once you choose your business structure, the right structure, then you're going to have to know how that's going to affect when it's time to do your taxes. Registration, license, and permits. This may take a lot, but in different cities or municipalities, you might have to do registration there. You might have to have permits. You might have to have a different type of license. It's all in knowing where you're going to place your business, that location, and knowing what is required. We're in Illinois. I'm in Illinois, but we're also in Missouri. So one of the things that could happen is, in order to do business, if we're in Illinois, we want to do business in Missouri, we may have to register as a foreign corporation or foreign entity in order to do business in Missouri. So you just have to know all of the different licensing, permitting, and registrations that you may have to do. But I know one of the most important registration, once you set your business up, get your EIN, you have to register your business with the state. And with that, it's normally called the Reg 1 form, REG 1, and that will set you up for all of your state tax ID numbers, your unemployment numbers, and if you're doing retail, it'll set up your wholesale numbers and all of that. Next slide. I think I lost Yolanda.
I'm here. I think my
Okay.
system's just moving slow. I'm trying
Okay.
to proceed it. Oh, there we go. Yay.
You went one. Let's go back up one.
Okay.
There we go. The role of a tax strategy. Everybody dread those letters, IRS. But if you are set up correctly, if you have systems in place, that should not be a problem. Again, you have tax obligations on your federal, state, and local level. I know on our side we have some local,
yeah, they beasting it. So my thing was to get with Charlie.
So on the local level, I have one of my tax clients. He owns a cookie shop, and he's in O'Fallon, Illinois. So O'Fallon, Illinois, they have like a 1% tax. So he has to pay federal, state, and local. Selecting the right business entity for tax purposes. Remember, I said everything works hand in hand. Common deductions and credits. If you are a sole proprietor, you can look at what's called a Schedule C on the IRS, and it will give you all of the different deductions that you can take according to what is correct. People always ask me, and I'm going on this trip. I'm gonna go to a meeting, and then the rest I'm gonna have fun. Is that tax deductible? What do we all think? Can we put our answer in the chat? I think some of the things that Donald Trump had done before, he kind of boasted about not paying any taxes. Well, it's some of the stuff I feel like it's real a gray area. So I tell people, I'm not going to jail for anybody. It's not worth it. If you are actually going on a trip for business, make it a business trip. You could put some entertainment in there, but make sure it's a business trip or a business expense. The importance of keeping accurate records. When I first started out, I used to have business owners that would come to me and they would have their receipts in brown paper bags. And so now, since I've been in this game for a long time, people want to come, and I was like, nope, if I have to add up those receipts, it's going to cost you $75 an hour. And that is my way of trying to get people to be more accountable for their own actions. And that comes with working with a tax professional. If somebody just tell you, I'm gonna do your taxes and you don't have to give me anything, that's not a good tax professional. Nate, you want to add anything?
Yes, that's probably one of the most important pieces in terms of how you think about your business from a tax perspective. We regularly pay taxes, but we don't think about how much taxes are an expense because they don't show up on our profit and loss statement. They don't show up on when we do a tax return for a business. If you do a Schedule C or any other type of business, your tax burden doesn't show up on there unless you do a C corp. Most of us aren't not going to do that, but we don't realize that it's such a big part of our expenses. Sometimes you pay 20, 30, 40% in your tax liability, whether, when you add self-employment tax, 15%, your federal tax, your state tax. And so it's so important to be mindful. If you were spending 40% on payroll or 40% on supplies, you'd probably take a look at that and say, well, where am I missing it? And that's where the tax code, Ann was talking about, is it's last time I checked, it was 6,871 pages, and it changes every year. By comparison, the Bible's about 200 pages, and it doesn't change. And so think about that. If I can't memorize the Bible, it's only 200 pages. How am I going to memorize the tax codes? That's why you need help. We all need help. We all need a team and a support and a community around us to help us to make sure that we're being good stewards of what we're entrusted with.
Next slide, Yolanda. So on this one, I'm just going to brush over the small business accounting because one of the 10 webinars, it goes into accounting. So make sure you sign up for them. The person that'll be doing the accounting webinar, she'll talk about some of these bullet points in depth. Cash versus accrual, all of that, setting up your bookkeeping systems, understanding the financial statement. Nate just said your P&L. P&L means profit and loss statement. So you got to make sure you're understanding if I'm bringing in and not what's coming in and what's going out. Am I making a profit? Am I at a negative? Where can I cut costs? Payroll and sales tax consideration. A lot of people be like, am I a W-2 employee, or can I be a independent contractor? It's a whole lot that goes into consideration on that. And lastly, hiring an accountant versus a DIY. You can do some DIYs, home projects, but I wouldn't want to do DIY on my accounting. Next slide. Marketing. We all have to know who our target audience is. Like Pepsi and Coke and Nike and New Balance and Adidas, everybody, they know who their target market is. So when you're trying to start a business, or if you're in a business, if you can narrow it down to who your audience will be, that would be great. Again, branding and online presence. We have so much with social media, just the internet in itself. You just have to make sure that people are aware of your brand and know that you're out there and what your product is, what makes your product the best. Traditional versus digital marketing. Sometimes with the traditional, that used to be what we would call the street teams. You make those flyers and have people go out and put those flyers on cars or wherever you can distribute that information. But again, now we have Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, all of those. You can just do a whole lot of marketing with the touch of your phone, the touch of a tablet, the touch of your laptop. Is all ways of doing that. Next slide. again, sales and customer relationship. You got to know where your customers are so you can get the sales in. And once you get the sales in, you have to build on that loyalties from your customers. And you have to develop some customer service best practices. On the customer loyalty, I've had clients with me that's been with me since I started doing taxes. And the thing that they like is, okay, she's going to give it to me straight. Some of them, if they owe 1 year, I'll be like, I don't like for my people to owe. This what you need to do. So I've been telling people when changes was made to the W-4, a lot of people didn't know that. So I would tell them, no, we need to change your W-4. Your paycheck gonna be a little less, but you won't be owing as much in the end when it's time to do the taxes. Again, people love customer service. You have to have good customer service for people to come back to you. People want to spend their money where they feel comfortable. Next slide. So your business operation, you're going to have some day-to-day management. Again, sometimes you may be the only one that's in your business. Just, it may be a one-man shop, but you have to set up you some systems, which the standard operating procedures. You have to use technology. A lot of people, I don't know how to use a computer. Well, if you're gonna run a business, it's best to know how to use a computer. And then if it's some stuff that can be automated, make sure you automate it. If you do have employees, make sure that you're hiring people that fit like your vision, that wants to help you fulfill your vision, and train them to be the best that they could be. Again, setting up those SOPs. I am a computer science person, so that's what I talk. I talk systems. If it's something that I see, I'm like, nah, we got to find a better way to make this happen. We have to come up with a system in order for us to get this done. Next slide. Your challenges and your risk management. Common small business challenges. Again, we say small, so we don't have all of the manpower that we may need sometimes. And sometimes we may have a product that might go viral. So we might not be able to fulfill all of the orders that come in and all of that. So that's what we have to make sure that when we look at the previous slide on the operation side, that we have enough people that's in there in the thick of things, that's helping us to get, again, going back to customer service, to make sure that we are being able to fulfill the customer's product request and all of that. Business insurance, yes, you need some business insurance, just like you need car insurance, home insurance, all types of insurance. Business insurance is a must. And then you have that contingency plan, and say something happens to you, you may have to be in the hospital. You have to have somebody else that's there, willing and able to pick up when you're not able to be there, or to kind of help you along with getting the invoices done, making sure everybody's paid. You have to have some type of contingency plan. Next. Okay, we talked about the business structures. It should be one more, Yolanda, I'm sorry. Yeah. Because we talked about that one. One more, Yolanda.
You did have one question.
Okay.
Are you able to assist with navigating the digital sites?
And what can you kind of
Speak up.
expound on that?
April, you want to go into further detail on your question? April? Are you there, April?
Yes, I'm sorry. Can you hear me? I was talking. I was still on mute.
Yeah, we can hear you now.
How y'all doing this afternoon?
Good.
Good.
That's great. Your last slide, you was talking about instead of hard paperwork, you was saying about digital, about navigating through it. I have a few systems that I do need help with navigating through it. I don't have the actual, I'll actually have a meeting tomorrow with them on the 7th, and I can bring it back to you. I do know that I need help with it because they only teach you so much or show you so much. And they told us that we would have to figure out the rest of it on our own. So if I was just trying to see if I can use you if needed.
So April, what is your business?
I have a non-medical transportation service.
Okay. Okay.
And,
So
and I
so
am
the
a
type of
health.
systems that you're talking about is go ahead.
It's point of service systems as far as knowing where your vehicles are and knowing how fast they going, doing your billing digital and doing your just your everyday operation digital. This is my first time doing it. I've been in business for three consecutive years now, and I'm finally going digital. And you're absolutely right that digital is the better way to go. It's not as time consuming as the other things.
So are your contracts mostly with the state or private?
Both.
Both.
Mostly with the state.
Okay. So what you're probably gonna have to do is to find some type of industry software that's gonna help you with that. And because you need mileage and all of that type of stuff. Yes. So we
I
can
just heard you mention it, so I didn't know if you guys already had a system to show us how to navigate or how to do more, or what else could you offer?
well, we don't I'm income tax prep, so we kind
Got
of
it.
we could probably assist you in it, but we don't have anything that's on hand that we kind of what is it, support or anything that will give you that. But we
Got
could yeah, we could probably get somebody that can help you and uh send you in the right direction.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Josh, did you have a question or were you just answering?
I was just answering. It sounds like she needs help with logistics.
I
Logistics
do.
software. Yep.
I do.
It seemed like Yolanda is getting back, but actually we were almost at the end of our at the end of the presentation.
Awesome, because I'm trying and it's not working. I'm trying. I do apologize. Yeah.
And so I just had some key takeaways. Just to know that tax strategy is critical for profitability. Accounting is your financial foundation. Marketing drives your customer acquisition, and operation keeps your business running efficiently. Nate, do you have anything?
No, that's very informative, and I think if you're if you're done with the presentation, we'd love to open it up for discussion.
I don't necessarily have any questions about what we spoke about, but I have a few other questions. If I could talk to someone either after the call on here, it doesn't matter. I'm a client of Justin Peterson, and I have been since 2021 or 22. So I was looking to get more out of what Justin Peterson has to offer. And I do have a few more questions that need to be answered and a few more programs that I'm interested into taking on.
Okay,
Well,
Yolanda, are you out?
yeah,
Are you?
I'm here. I am April. You can drop your email address in the chat, and I'll definitely contact you after the presentation for your questions. Okay?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Now I'm gonna call out two of my invitees. LaDonna and Miss Marva, this your time to ask questions.
I don't have any
Kind of like
questions right
the other lady who couldn't get off of mute. I couldn't get off of mute. I did not know that I kind of was a part of Justine Peterson years ago when they kind of first came into the area, but then I don't know how long you had been there before now. And I was attempting to buy a house. But can you tell me, I heard the young lady say that she's a client of Justine Peterson. What do you do as far as people who have small businesses? How do you assist, or do you assist in any kind of way?
Yes, that's a great question. We assist in many areas. One being this Lunch and Learn this series that we have created for small businesses, because we are able to affect more people during the Lunch and Learn. And then if there's additional questions that the clients who are on the Lunch and Learn have, they can, like April, drop their email address and we can address those questions directly with the person. But we have different areas we help with: small lending, business lending, personal. We have a lot of programs right now. We are on, as they say, vacation, and we're accepting new intakes in September. However, our technical assistance is ongoing, and our credit building is ongoing. Our credit as an asset is ongoing. We have programs that are still ongoing, even though we are on vacation for taking new applications for loans. I hope that answered your question. If not, I can go deeper.
And then you're off of vacation in September?
Yes, ma'am. We'll be accepting new applications in September.
And how do we get the applications?
The applications you would go to our website, which is justinepeterson.org. And there's a quick link to apply, and then you would just fill out your information. It's really easy to do. And once that's done, we have a process as to how we reach out. It's usually within 24 to 48 hours where you will get some kind of response.
Okay, that's good. That's good to know.
Thank you.
Also, one of the things that I like about this Justine Peterson, I don't know if you all heard me when I first came on, but I'm a board member of Justine Peterson, and the credit building. If people always ask me a lot about credit building, and do you fix credit? Do you fix credit? And I try to send them to Justine Peterson because they take you through the process the proper way. So if you know of people, or if you know of, if you need it, that is a good product that we have.
Yes, and our credit building is credit as an asset is still open. We're not pausing that. So if that's something that anyone on this call is interested in, you still can go forward with that. It's a really great program. It's very informational, and they have proven results. And he'll explain the difference between credit building and credit repair. I'm not a credit person, so I'm not going to get into it. But what we do has been beneficial, especially for someone who's looking to purchase a home or in need to increase their credit score.
And I can attest, I did it myself. I mean, I didn't need it, but I did it because I wanted to know the process when I would tell people about the product or whatnot. We do have a question from Tanya Ferguson. She's a client, and she has an academy for ages 2 to 8, and she's looking for someone to help her prepare a contingency plan. She says there a template or resource available. So Ms. Ferguson, what we'll do, I think one of the webinars talks about growth and scaling your business and whatnot. And we will try to get someone to get you some information if you drop your email in the chat. For loans or for credit, both.
It's the vacation is for loans, but the credit is still continuing.
And I have
And
a
then-
question for Ms. Ann. I am looking to get my taxes and everything done. So if you can provide your information. I'm also like Ms. Tanya, I'm in a non-emergency medical transportation business.
Okay.
I've been in a business for 3 years, contracted in Missouri and Illinois. And I have all 3 years to do for taxes that I have not done. So
Ooh,
I know.
Nate.
That's okay.
Good luck.
That's
just
what we
like
do.
me.
Yeah, so if you can, send me your information, Ms. Tanya.
Okay.
And yes, Ms. April, I do see your email address in here. I am gonna jot it down and give you a call because I need that dispatching software as well.
Okay. So I just put in our telephone number. The main telephone number is 314-209-8299. And if you press 1, you'll get the St. Louis office. You press 2, you'll get my office. And right now we're kind of on vacation, but I go in just on a regular basis. So if you leave a message on the phone, I'll pick it up and give you a call back and we could talk a little bit more.
Don did have a question about, it has to do with restructuring a business and downsizing.
Yeah, hi, good afternoon. Are you able to hear me okay?
Yes.
Oh, good, good. Unfortunately, Aida called me right at 12 o'clock and she had me tied up for about 25 minutes and I didn't want to interrupt. In the middle of the other invitees, but I do have a question or a few questions on, I guess, restructuring and downsizing my business. Is there any type of technical assistance that can be provided or offered as I work through this process? I've been in business for 35 years, and given the in the construction industry, and given the existing circumstances and the attack on diversity and the DEI programs and DBE and most recently the MBE and WBE program in St. Louis City, potentially all looking to dissolve, we're finding ourselves having to significantly downsize our business operation.
What's up, Don? It's Nate.
What's up, man?
Your old business partner. How about
What's
that?
up,
Small world.
you know what? Reggie was actually asking about you not too long ago.
Oh man,
Yeah,
that's awesome.
yeah.
Yeah,
But
we're
man,
happy to help.
I'm in a situation that it's pretty ugly that I've got to. Unfortunately, I don't see any way through this, and I think my only solution, and I explained it to a lot of my lenders and such, is I'm kind of going through liquidation right now, but we're forced, $8 to $10 million a year business doing less than $1 million in a matter of just months.
Yeah,
it's bad.
Yeah, no doubt. Yeah, we're happy. We could schedule maybe a conversation to go deeper, and any way that we can help to either wind up or take a look at some other models to have a better lower tax exposure, or maybe some other ways to move forward based on what you want to do.
Even just navigating through SBA and through the process. Aida told me there's a path to do different, take care, address different matters and issues. So I, just some of that guidance that I've never had to downsize. I've always been a growing business. And then so to have to pump the brakes and on the verge of having, being forced out of business, I got to try to figure something out here real quick.
Got it. Yeah. We're
So,
happy to.
Can you email, if I put my info down here, can you email me?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
For sure.
Hey, Yolanda.
Hey, Don. Glad you're here.
Yeah. I'm actually not glad I'm here, but I know I've got to do this because if I'm not here, I'm doing all right, right?
Right.
Yeah. So.
Well, Don, I don't know your situation, but I'm sure that everything will work out as long as you have faith in what you're doing. So keep going. Allow Justin Peterson to help. I see that you have a ex-business partner right here that's in position to help you. So I'm sure that you will be okay.
Don,
That's what Aida told me too. And I just, this is so much different than anything I've ever had to deal with in 30, 35, 40 years.
Yeah.
I'm trying though. I haven't given up.
Don is the representation of resilient. So.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
I have a question.
Sure, Cynthia.
I'm in class, but I took a little step away for a second. So I started a trucking business, small business, and it was me and my daughter, but it's kind of just me now. So I have just the one truck now. I started with two, but I got rid of one. So it's slow still. And I know it's just like, I just got my insurance in February. So it's just kind of, going into 6 months. But the question I have is how, and I know I was listening when she was talking about the marketing, me trying to I guess I would say contracts with customers to where I know I'm going every day, and it don't have to be far. It could be local or what have you, but that's kind of where I'm at now with my business. I get loads here and there from the load boards and stuff like that, but I've just really, really been trying to find something that's a little bit more consistent that I know that I got something every day or where I'm going to every day. Is that anything that I can get help with or trying to find out some info on that?
Cynthia, and I know a couple of years ago, everybody was into this big transportation. I'm gonna give me a box truck. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do that. The thing with that is you have to watch for how the market and how different industries are trending. I would say I know we have non-medical, a couple of non-medical transportation in here. When I listen to people, I just listen. A lot of them is like, well, there's contracts out there where you can do medicine, where they go to Walgreens and pick up medicine.
I've seen that before.
Yeah, so it's just you're gonna have to do that legwork and find out, okay, is this a market that I want to get into, or is it is I think they're out there. You just have to dig deep to find those different contracts if you're trying to do a set thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
And Miss Cynthia, before we started our non-emergency medical, my husband and I, we had a trucking company for about 4 years. And I will say you will have to go to different distributions, and you can also get a contract with them. But like Ann said, you will have to go out there and do that legwork and get your
Okay.
name and your company out there. But you don't always have to go off of the load board. You can go to different distribution facilities. I know it's some in St. Anne, a lot of them in St. Anne, where you can just walk in. Schnucks, that facility on Page, where you can have your, not so much like a resume, but your information of your company, who you work with, and see if they have contracts that you can bid on. Because a lot of those contracts, they don't list. is really done in-house.
Okay, all right, thank you.
See, some of you all didn't know that you was gonna come in here and get that help. So it's good to attend things like this. You have to get out here and network, and you have to see what other people are doing. And I'm not one that think I know everything. If I don't know something, I'm gonna ask questions. And again, people come to me all the time saying, "And I want to do this," and I'm gonna tell them, "Nah, that don't sound right." If it sounds good, yeah, I was like, "Okay, that's a good idea." It used to be people like, I'm not gonna come to you and because you're gonna steal my idea," and I'm like, "I'm not trying to steal everybody' idea. I need to rest sometimes." But no, it is the kind of community that you need because you're able to ask questions and see what other people are doing and get you some insight onto other things. So yes, we thank you for sharing. April, I think you're asking me something about non-for-profit.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, yes, you could call that number. Nate don't he'll say call Ann, so yes. So you just need to call me for that.
Okay, thank you.
And I'm number two. The when you call that number, it's the Fairview Heights office.
Fairview Heights, Illinois.
Yes.
Oh, I didn't know Justine Peters was located in Fairview Heights.
No. I'm with the Income Tax Center. I'm just on Justin
Oh,
Peterson's board.
got you. And you say press number 1?
2.
Number 2.
Yes, the number is 314-209-8299.
Got it. Thank you.
Okay.
Well, I was really looking forward to this call. I've been working with Justin Peterson for a long time, so I knew that these webinars, would do me some justice and move me along in the direction that I'm looking to go into. So I appreciate it. Who reached out to me, Miss Payton. She reached out to me and told me about these courses that's going to happen. So I appreciate it and thank you guys. I do have to get off right now. I have another meeting to attend, but it was great talking to y'all. Anissa, I hope to talk to you. Don, I pray everything go well and hope everything is available. Hi, Natasha. That's my business partner, y'all, Natasha Patterson. And also, I do have another question. Do you do referral programs? Like if I refer either companies or clients to Justin Peterson for whatever it is, because I have referred at least 5 people to you guys in the past week and companies as well. So I don't know how they look for me.
So we do ask that the person when they're applying that they add the person referring them to their application. There is a spot on there. So when you're telling people to to come to Justine Peterson, you can also ask them if they don't mind adding you as the referral. I don't know of the program, but I can find out what we have to offer for it. I'm not sure if there is anything other than the fact that we know that they came from you, a viable source.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
You're welcome.
And again, I would encourage you all to take care of all of the programs that they and products that they have at Justine Peterson. It could be very hard out here for business owners, but they try to actually help you guys with all of the type of assistance. And again, this Ignite Illinois program, um, we have some good services that may be available to your business if you're eligible. So if you're not eligible, please pass the information along to others.
Again, I want to reiterate that this series is amazing. and it builds. So we want you all to come back to the next the next Lunch and Learn. They will be every Wednesday. Just set it up on your calendar that for the next couple of Wednesdays you'll be taking lunch with us. And if you know someone that and if you felt that this information was usable for you and you know someone that may benefit from it, feel free to share the link so they can sign up as well. This allows us to get the information out to them. And just like today, when we were able to, not just the presenters, but those who were on the call were able to offer meaningful information just by being on this call. So we want you to share this so others can participate, and let's keep the momentum going and keep it flowing. And is there anything else that you like to offer before we end this Lunch and Learn?
No, again, I just want to stress what Yolanda is saying. Please come back to the next one. I'll be on the next one, but I think after that we start switching up. So if you know of anybody that can benefit from this, please give them the information, and we're going to continue to get the information out to people. And have a good day.
Before
Awesome.
we exit, I have a quick question.
Okay.
How many are in a series?
It's 10.
10. Okay, and it's every Wednesday at this time.
Yes.
Outstanding. Thank you.
You're welcome. And remember, we're together, we're better. So this is a community. We small businesses make up the heartbeat of America. So when we're healthy, America's healthy, our communities are healthy, our states are healthy. So feel free to share this, because what we want to do is we want to strengthen our foundations on our small businesses. So we look forward to each and every one of you returning and bringing a friend. Okay. All right. You all have a wonderful rest of your day. And goodbye.
Goodbye.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank you.
Good
Goodbye.
evening. Okay.
So never move that much until you are short a student backpack.
Let me leave.